Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Sky Lounge podcast, episode number 336, sporting the served and ever saucy Sportsball shoot. And, there are certainly coaches and teams that are thinking that word, shoot, right? Or maybe past tense, shot, like shot yourself in the foot, like Terry Stotts, the former head coach of the Portland Trailblazers for 9 fucking seasons of nothing. Now, I know you see the LA Lakers logo all behind me and the t-shirt that I'm wearing, and you assume, oh, he's just a hating Lakers fan. Doesn't like the Trailblazers because they're the Trailblazers. No, I don't like the Trailblazers because they are so fucking mediocre, and somehow every goddamn postseason, they get swept. This time they didn't. Last year they got a gentleman's sweep, but I don't know how the hell Terry Stotts kept his job all that fucking time. Oh, was it Nurkic? Was it somebody else injured that kept you on, Terry? Holy fuck. I just look at the mediocrity and this kind of complacent status at where the Portland Trailblazers are, and I think, why didn't you fucking fire this dude like 2 seasons ago? When you went to the Western Conference Final and you fucking blew it. You fucking blew it against the Golden State Warriors in a sweep. You motherfuckers deserve nothing. Dame talking up all that shit after Terry Stotts leaves. I want Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd comes out. Nah. Not there. And I totally understand the sentiment. Now, it might not have come off like that, but to me, when I see an organization like the Portland Trailblazers who are perpetually stuck either in the first or second round and they will never satiate their superstars, why would you go there? That dude is going to be traded. And I'm talking about Dame Lillard. Probably in the next, 6 months. Because why the fuck would he stay there? Oh, for loyalty? Yeah, sure. I know a lot of players probably think that and hope that, but let's be real, man. If somebody like LeBron came calling up because he has a little boo-boo after he got his fucking ass kicked by the fucking Suns, he's going to call up Dame like, hey man, Dame Dollar, can you come on down and help us out in Lakerland because we got broken AD, my AARPS, and a whole bunch of meme dudes. So, as a Lakers fan, do I want that? Not really. No. But do I think that's the most likely thing that's probably going to happen? Yeah. And it doesn't make me all that ecstatic as a Lakers fan who, again, I already fucking aired out my grievances with the goddamn Lakers a couple days ago, but yeah, no. I think this is just going to be it should be a more truthful offseason for the Lakers. I know last season you won the championship, you did all this hoopla shit, but really take a look at yourselves and this core. And I'm looking at a guy like Rob Pelinka and hoping he can fucking understand what the fuck he needs to do in terms of maybe, I don't know, not fucking up the chemistry anymore. Yeah. Like just take Dennis Schroeder out, and I think we should be okay. Maybe add like 1 or 2 more pieces, but you're not going to do that, are you? You're going to kind of go drastic, ain't you? Yeah. That's kind of what I expect from the Lakers moving forward. And I don't expect a whole lot from the Portland Trailblazers. I don't. Like, you're going to stick up to Lillard, McCollum, and Nurkic, and hopefully that miraculous trio stays fucking through, because I call them miraculous because they just never happen to fucking be together. So it's a miracle when all 3 of them show up on the floor. But yeah, Portland, you're perennial failures. I have nothing to say to you. And 9 years of Terry Stotts, ooh-wee. Nothing to show for it, right? But the banner title, you haven't won a championship, so shut the fuck up. That's always what I gotta say to all these division title winners. Oh, but we finished in the first seed this year. Oh, but Dame throws 50 points. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares, man? Individual accolades in a sports sports based on teams is ludicrous. It's egomaniacal bullshit. Well, what the fuck do I expect? I mean, the NBA is basically predicated on that shit, right? But, you got to give kudos where kudos is due. Especially to head coaches who mostly get the ire, mostly get the shtick, like I did with Terry Stotts. But I'm also going to give a shout out to Tom Thibodeau, who did win Coach of the Year, took the Knicks, with the differential of 20-plus wins this season, and they got the 4th seed in the East. Now, yes, I do think Monty Williams kind of got shafted here, who has been doing a phenomenal job with the Phoenix Suns since the play-in round last season in the bubble. And I think you're going to see this Phoenix Suns team. Now, they are playing a game tonight against the Denver Nuggets. You are going to see this Phoenix Suns team continually evolve under Monty Williams, who I think is a very good head coach. Tactically, he's sound. He knows how to spank the fucking superstars on the other side, Lakers included, because I would know. But Tom Thibodeau, massive shout out to him. Yet the question is always, can he maintain that consistency with this core? Will the Knicks do something drastic with their core? Will they try to fuck up chemistry like what Rob Pelinka did? But maybe the Knicks have a better head on their shoulder this time around. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. And with the history of the Knicks, I don't really count on it. But you have Thibodeau there, who feels like a good, stable presence for now. But let's see what becomes of that. And, this was the same mentality that I had with the certain series that I wanted my boy Luka to do well. And then, yeah. So the Clippers beat the Dallas Mavericks, and I will never forgive Mark Cuban and the fucking losers that he has surrounded, Luka Doncic with. Now, I don't know the fucking GM of the goddamn Dallas Mavericks, and that's on me. I didn't do the due diligence of looking into the research on that shit. But, holy fuck, Rick Carlisle. You arrogant fuck. How do you just not lose? How do you not win a single fucking game at home? Do you get fucking tactically scared to think at home in front of your fucking home fans? And Mark Cuban, can you dish out money to players that are worth it? I don't think Porzingis is that good anymore. And it's unfortunate to say that. I really like Kristaps Porzingis. He's one of my fucking dudes, especially when he was on the Knicks. But yeah, Kristaps looks like a fucking mess. And so does the Dallas Mavericks. And I feel like this is just another wasted year for Luka. Second playoffs. Man dominated the games Dallas won. But yeah, this is where I give kudos to the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard. Absolute beast. Do I hate the Clippers? Of course I do. I don't fucking care for the Clippers. But hey, you did well, Kawhi. Now, I hope when you face Utah, you get cream pied in your assholes. Okay? Go fuck yourself, Clippers. You get nothing from me. Fucking nothing! Alright? And you know what? Just to continue the salt of nothingness, you know what else I'm gonna get nothing from? Roger Federer! Oh, Roger. Now, I get it. Age is a huge factor for Roger Federer right now. The man's 39 years old. He had 2 major knee surgeries, and I get it. You bow out. But it sucks. It sucks. This is one of the greatest fucking tennis players of all time. Personally, my favorite tennis player of all time. And he ups and leaves. Not like Osaka, the way that fucking clown did that shit, but Federer has legitimate age and fucking physical ailments to hold him down. And it's a shame, man. Because Djokovic is going to win another goddamn Grand Slam. Oh my God, he's going to win the French Open. So it's going to be Djokovic. Because Djokovic has been on a tear for like 2-3 fucking years at this point. Shout out to Djokovic, but fuck, man. I want Federer to win. Really bad. But we can't always get what we want, boys and girls. And that's just the way it is. That's life. Can't have it all. Otherwise, it'd be boring as shit. And so when I saw a Seattle Seahawks fan, groaning and moaning about potential Julio Jones, let's get it, boy! Let's throw that fucking ball for Russ! And I'm like, why? Why would you want? I love Julio Jones. Don't get me wrong. I've been saying for years he is the best receiver in the league. Now, will I still hold to that statement at the moment? Yes. Yes, I will. Julio is still the best goddamn receiver in the league. But did I want him on the Seahawks? Absolutely not. Why? Do we have an O-line, ladies and gentlemen? Do we have enough cap space to fucking figure out the run game? No? Well, hold at it. And you don't even have enough assets to flip over for that shit. Well, to be fair, the Falcons don't know what the fuck assets mean, but we'll get into that in a bit. But for the Seattle Seahawks perspective, who were rumored to be in the Julio Jones, sweepstakes for quite some time, I'm glad they didn't go for Julio. We still got DK, who can definitely work on his fucking catching skills. DK, I love you, but hold on to the fucking ball. Then you also have Tyler Lockett, who is such an underappreciated receiver in the National Football League. I mean, Seattle Seahawks fans know how clutch Tyler is, but we still got Tyler in the mix. I mean, he just extended too. And we just drafted Dwayne Eskridge. Now, I don't know if, I don't know if John Ursua is still with the squad, but we still got some decent depth in the receiving core. Now, it's not Julio by any means, but I think our receiving core will be okay. I think the addition and retightening of our tight end department there with Gerald Everett can play a massive, massive difference for the Seattle Seahawks. And it's no Julio, sure, but I think the team that acquired Julio definitely needed him. But with the Titans, I asked this about their team. You guys look great on offense now. You only gave up, a second and a fucking fifth, like barely anything to the Atlanta Falcons to grab Julio, which is a huge, huge testament to how shitty the fucking Falcons are and how goddamn smart and goddamn finessing shit the Titans did. Kudos to you guys. But what the hell are you going to do about your defense? What the hell are you going to do about your special teams, which was an utter disaster? Remember the first few games where you just couldn't kick a fucking field goal to save your life? It might have been... that wasn't Vinatieri. It was goddamn... It wasn't Prater, right? Fucking forgetting the goddamn name of the kicker for the Titans the first game. I think they were against Denver, and they just kept fucking missing. And the story kind of continued with the special teams from, if I'm not mistaken, with the Tennessee Titans. So, I mean, with all those things said, I mean, Julio's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but will it be enough? Will it actually be enough? I mean, King Henry, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. That sounds amazing. But I question a lot of these things, the moves that were made for the Titans. Derrick Henry's still going to be awesome, but rate of depreciation for a running back like that could be pretty high, especially at his age. But we'll see if Ryan Tannehill can keep up with all these guys and throw accurate enough balls to score enough points to compensate for what I feel the defense will barely able to fucking hold back. Now, it is curious because Julio Jones landing in Tennessee, you think maybe the general landscape of the NFL changes and who wins and all that shit. I'm pretty sure the odds makers in Vegas and wherever in sports world have that shit figured out. But in my mind, it feels like kind of a meh. We'll see what happens. Now, when you just kind of do the waiting game with Sportsball, it inevitably gives you a lot of fun shit, right? I mean, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. But when you wait, boys and girls, Sportsball gives. And especially waiting for a win when you're down in the series, it's quite excruciating. I'll be honest about that. And when the Vegas Golden Knights after their first 2 games against the Colorado Avalanche, back-to-back games, and Pepsi Center, not Ball Arena, fucking Pepsi Center, all right? None of this Ball Arena shit. But when they lost their first 2 games against the Colorado Avalanche in Pepsi Center, I was super fucking negative. I was the most pessimistic motherfucker you could have ever met, and it's because I have a lot of criticism against my own squad. And maybe it's the shield of criticism to make sure we don't get too hurt when the inevitable crash comes down, which, I mean, that shit softened the blow with the Lakers. I'll be very honest about that. But the Vegas Golden Knights went ahead and slapped my expectations and said, shut the fuck up, we're not going to lose. Because they go home, T-Mobile Arena, inside the Fortress, and they just whack the shit out of the fucking Colorado Avalanche in games 3 and 4. Now, the scoreline in game 3 won't suggest at all that Vegas dominated or were just pretty much owning the Colorado Avalanche. But the curious thing about the Colorado Avalanche for me, boys and girls, has been ever since around game 2, where even, yes, they won in overtime, but game 2, they stopped showing up. Maybe it's injuries, maybe it's something going on, but from what I have seen, it has been no one but Brandon Saad and Philip Grubauer showing up for the Colorado Avalanche, and everybody else just passengers. Like Nathan McKinnon has gone silent. Mikko Rantanen, where is he? Cale Makar, like, oh my God. Yes, certainly post hits. You can mention unlucky bounces here and there, but the Colorado Avalanche have not been up to expectations the last, seriously, 3 games. And Vegas winning 3-2 in game 3, and last night 5-1 against the Colorado Avalanche. It made me think about this series in kind of a whole new light, where in the first 2 games I thought, shit, this doesn't look good. I mean, the series total feels a little daunting. And game 3 was pretty much, we're down. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen, but late surge, Vegas comes back, wins the game. And I felt like from game 3, when they finally just hit the fucking momentum switch, it just was no looking back after that for the Vegas Golden Knights. And I'm really, really hoping with the way they finished out game 4, which, by the way, boys and girls, I thought that was a beautiful game. Because, yes, Brandon Saad, man I mentioned, did score first for the Colorado Avalanche in the first period. Then you have Jonathan Marchessault starting the scoring party by tying up the game. And by the second and third period, just goals on goals on goals. In third period, you got Jonathan Marchessault with the hat trick. And T-Mobile Arena goes fucking crazy. And I've been there. I've experienced the Stanley Cup playoffs in T-Mobile Arena in a full raucous crowd. It is amazing to be at. And I'm glad the boys got to, kind of witness and experience that, especially just back, 2 losses like that, right? 2-0 start. Now the series is tied 2-2. It feels as though Vegas has gotten the series by the balls. Like they just vice grip that shit. And if they can somehow eke out a win in Colorado tomorrow, Tuesday night, at Pepsi Center, not fucking Ball Arena, fucking Pepsi Center, right? Then we're going to be groovy. We're going to have a great fucking time. Because once you get back at home, whether that be on Thursday or Friday, I don't know how the schedule makers are going to make that shit. Boy, oh boy. Knights fans are going to go ballistic. Absolutely ballistic. If you can first off win game 5, and hypothetically, if you do that, then proceed to game 6, play at home, then win game 6, then closing out back-to-back series at home would be fucking amazing. That would have a lot of momentum, a lot of juice from the fans and from the players, from the head coach, everybody. So let's make sure we can do that, boys. Huh? Come on, Knights. I know you fucking got this. I know I shit on you all the time. I know I tell you a lot of shit. And that's out of love. It's out of love for this team. It's weird to say it like that, but because I care about this team so goddamn much, I complain and bitch and moan every day. If I didn't, it means I wouldn't give a shit. And I wouldn't even be talking about this goddamn team. But what does Steven Dangle always say when he talks about the Leafs? Why do I watch hockey? Stress relief. I mean, it's the same fucking thing. It's entertainment. It's sports. But yeah, within that frame, I gotta lay out my fucking complaints, man. But for the Knights, I really hope they can figure their shit out. Game 5, get at it, boys, because your next opponent is already waiting for you. It's terrifying how good the Montreal Canadiens have been. Now, were the Winnipeg Jets kind of a weaker competition, comparatively speaking, to the Toronto Maple Leafs? Yes. Yes, absolutely they were. But to have Carey Price and this Montreal Canadiens team just can't even fucking get my words straight because this team is just surprisingly good. Just watching this Montreal Canadiens team just have the grit and just hard work and the amazing goaltender to just back all this shit up into cohesive, great run. I'm scared. It doesn't matter who comes out of the Vegas and Colorado series. I mean, either team fans, I mean, you should all be scared. I mean, this Montreal Canadiens team, I think they're going to be the dark horse to get to the Stanley Cup final. And it's weird because I put this out in the universe already, boys and girls, because the semifinals for the Stanley Cup playoffs this season is going to be between the East and the Central Division, who at this point it might be Tampa Bay because Carolina is down 3-1 in the series. And I honestly think the East is going to go down to 7 games between the Boston Bruins and the New York Islanders, despite the fact that the Islanders just did take a lead in the series today, 3-2, by winning 5-4 in regulation. But in a weird way, I think Boston versus Montreal could be an actual thing. How crazy would that be if the Stanley Cup final was Montreal Canadiens versus the Boston Bruins? A Stanley Cup final series that I understand has been around. I mean, they did have it a long time ago, right? And plus, original 16. I mean, that'd be fucking incredible. But I just don't know how you look at this Montreal Canadiens team and just write them off. I stopped writing them off after, I would say, Game 5. After Game 5 against the Toronto Maple Leafs, I thought, oh shit, they can actually make a fucking run. If Carey Price is playing like that, if Tyler Toffoli is just playing God mode right now, and Nick Suzuki continues to be the beast that he is, that is a dangerous squad, ladies and gentlemen. And I think the Montreal Canadiens, again, they are going to be the surprising dark horse candidates to get to the Stanley Cup final. I do believe in that. And when I did put the Boston-Montreal thing in the universe, it automatically, comes with the assumption that the Vegas Golden Knights are out. Do I want the Vegas Golden Knights to be out? Absolutely not. No, but it feels as though with all the momentum that and all the rest that the Montreal Canadiens are going to get, and maybe just the way the fucking Boston Bruins just have their grit, feels like a series that's going to happen in the final. I just don't know. It's weird, but hey, all the folks and fans in the United States and Canada land can all enjoy it because Canada will be opening its borders for NHL teams for the final 2 rounds. I mean, it's stupid. Once we get into the political side of this shit, it's absolutely retarded the fact that you are closing off borders at this point still. Because you're foolishly thinking that the pandemic is still going on, and you're pedo fag fucking elitist globalist leaders like Trudeau are just cucking the fuck out of this country in Canada. But yeah, hockey players, totally fine. Go to America, have fun. Yeah. It's a shame when, we just want to enjoy the sport, but when, little tidbits of information come like this, it's just irritating. But, hey, despite the fact that I can shit on Canada and the ridiculous, PM up there who is a piece of shit, PS or PM, Fucking up my acronym there. But Canadian land also had something to celebrate, despite the exclusionary thing, where they win gold at the Worlds. Yeah. IIHF tournament. Good for them. Does anybody actually care, though? Stanley Cup playoffs are going on, man. Does anybody actually care? Right? No? Right. Kudos to Canada, though. That's awesome. Good for them. But, yeah. Stanley Cup playoffs are going on, man. No one really gives a shit. Right. And I feel the same way for giving individual player awards for domestic football season when international tourney time's going on or about to happen. Like Kevin De Bruyne winning the PFA Player of the Year. Okay. What do you want me to do with that information? Just shove it up my ass and fart it out? Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kevin De Bruyne is an amazing player. But I'm not going to suck his dick just because he won another fucking POTY award. That, let's be frank. I mean, if it wasn't fucking De Bruyne, it was probably going to be not Aguero. Maybe Aguero? Maybe Aguero. I don't know. Probably Aguero. No, it makes more sense to put De Bruyne in there. But yeah, who gives a shit? International tourney is going to be fucking popping soon. And I already did pop, man. Under 21 euros. Germany wins. And I hope that's the case for the actual Euros, which will be kicking off on June 11th, boys and girls. I mean, it is so soon. Friday. Can't fucking wait, man. But Sportsball is all about the waiting. I mean, it is about having that patience of the next event and all that goodie. But kids, Sportsball all year round, man. It just got me excited because remember last year when everyone deep into the pandemic, Sportsball was out. It wasn't around. You had to watch the KBO, which was absolute horseshit. The Korean Baseball League. They don't call it KBL, it's KBO, but that was horrible. But now, we got baseball every day. Although the Dodgers aren't playing tonight, which kind of bums me out a little bit. But baseball is fantastic. Although I wish the Dodgers, strung a bit of a long winning streak instead of hiccup losses, decent win, hiccup losses, decent wins, and patterns like that. But the Dodgers are, again, getting healthy. Now, I think it is going to fuck up the chemistry a little bit with everybody just kind of coming back all at once, but give it time, boys and girls. Give it time. Baseball is a 162-game season. And I know it's, I don't know, the fucking trendy thing to have a hot take and whatnot, but you can have hot takes, certainly, but you have to just wait and observe as to what's going on, the natural progression of what baseball is going through. And, of course, because I'm very team-centric with baseball, more so than other sports, I don't really care for what's happening in the other team. I don't. I only care about my Dodgers. And, it might grow into more general love of baseball with other teams and more looking into other teams, but again, 162-game season, it's hard to try to focus on everybody else. Although, shout out to guys like Urinating Tree for doing monthly videos on that shit on baseball, which I do love. And a lot of the times when I talk sports ball or watch sports ball summary, it's always on the YouTubes, man. I always go to those like solid creators who, yeah, I mean, sure, they have the odd, weird fucking sponsors that, oh, God, I mean, I don't want to fucking listen to Raycon or Raid League of Shadow Legends or Shadow Legends or whatever the fuck, right? But hey, good content is out there, boys and girls. It's not just some crap on the trending page, but dig deep. It's always there. Are you saying yours is one of them? No, it's not. Calm the fuck down. It's not. But I always get inspiration from other folks out there who do well and do awesome. And so I just have to give a shout out to that. Also, shout out to the hockey guy who is always a god tier content creator in my mind. But Kids, I think that's going to do it for me. All the sports ball talk is getting me a little peckish. And I think that's enough sports ball talk I shoved in your face for tonight. So I'll leave you there for now. And I'm going to come back tomorrow for another episode. So until next time, fuck off.